NBA Draft Insider Chad Ford is with us, as well as Amin Elhassan, right?
Yeah.
Elhassan, okay. Let's get you guys to weigh in. You didn't sleep a lot last night, Chad.
No.
Okay. I want to know your best. Who won the draft last night?
Well, you know, it's always sexy to pick somebody a little bit lower or whatever, but I'm going to go with the Cleveland Cavaliers because they got the best player in the draft, in my opinion, in Andrew Wiggins, and they had a temptation not to take him. They could have taken Jabari Parker. He was the most NBA ready. They wanted to make the playoffs. I think there was a lot of pressure internally to make that pick. They went with the guy who's going to be the best player in this draft in 5 years, and I actually think in this case it took a little courage from the Cavs to do it, so I give them an A.
I mean, your thoughts? Who's your winner?
I love Philadelphia. I love what they did. This is a team that's approaching their rebuild with extreme pragmatism. They know they're awful. They have no kind of concerns about trying to trick people into thinking they want to be good this year. So they take some gambles on the highest talented guys in the draft. Embiid, up until about a week ago, he was on top of our board even with a bad back. So a broken foot happens. So what? Roll the dice. Roll the dice. I love it. I'm a riverboat gambler. I respect the way they put their cards on the table, and they went for it.
Also helps that Sam Hinkie has some comfort, and he's not worried about his job. You can make a move like that and kind of be patient. So, Chad, let's go on the other side. Who is your loser in the draft?
I think it's Philadelphia, and I love that you're a riverboat gambler, but here's the deal with Philly. This has got to be their slogan next year, and I'm going to borrow from Fran Fraschilla. We're 2 years away from being 2 years away. Let's go ahead and buy it. You know, and then here's the story. If the guy that tore his ACL and missed all last season turns into a star, if the guy who broke his foot and has a back problem and comes and plays for us a year can start to pick it up and play again, if Dario Saric decides that, hey, I don't want to hang out in Turkey anymore, I'd actually like to come and play in the NBA someday, and it will at least be 2 years, and if our point guard who shot 26% from three last year ever learns how to shoot, we might be a pretty good playoff team in 4 or 5 years. So come one, come all, Sixers fans. That's more than riverboat gambling. That is a 3 to 4 year window before you're talking about competing for a playoff spot, let alone an NBA championship. And while I like the talent that's there, that's a long, long developmental curve.
But, I mean, if they drafted Wiggins, it still would be a 3 or 4 year plan, right?
That's the point. It doesn't matter who they took yesterday, they'd still be awful for another 2 years. So they might as well take the biggest gamble on the biggest.
But they've just delayed it 2 years. That's what I'm saying. They're going to be more than awful for 2 years, and then they start to play, and then those guys start to develop, and then 2 years from there. So that's why the slogan is we're 2 years away from being 2 years away. If they drafted Wiggins, they were 2 years away.
Yeah. Fran used that for the Brazilian prospect who surprised many and went in the first round. Chad, who didn't sleep, and Amin on the Sixers gambling boat.
I didn't sleep either, by the way.
This morning on Sports.